Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of Solutions podcast. For those of you coming here for the first time, my name is Aviu Mkorwana. In this podcast, we look at the issues that are facing South Africa and we look at the possible solutions. We try to propose solutions that we think can help the country where it is. I think as a country, we realize that we have a lot of issues and everybody's complaining about the issues, I think, but it gets to the point where you say, then what? What needs to be done? And I think we've reached a stage where we say, let's be the voice of the voices that are trying to solve the problems in South Africa. Today, there's very interesting 10 of events that I think I should just record and let you guys discuss it as well, let you guys engage. So for those of you who can recall, in one of the videos I recorded, and you can go back if you didn't watch it and watch it again. So I was talking about the national dialogue. Dialogue was one of the issues that I highlighted together with the corruption that's happening. So South Africa is at the point where both the ruling party, the leaders, and everybody else is realizing that we will reach a point of no return and something needs to be done and something harsh needs to be done. One of the resolutions that have been taken by a lot of organizations, which I think also the government is in support of because we are currently on autopilot. You can say that we're not being led, we're just cruising basically. And before we know it, the country will be in a state of no return. So the organizations like Thabo Mbeki Foundations and all these organizations suggest the dialogue. For those who know the history of South Africa, there have been times where the country say, you know what, we need to sit together, sit down and decide what needs to be done going forward. We are again at that point where we're saying, let's sit down and let's have a national dialogue where people will raise their voices and suggest ways that need to be, or solutions that need to be put in place in order to take the country forward. We have a lot of issues like racial divisions, corruption, weak leadership, education, and health issues. So all, in my own opinion, surface from incorrect leadership that we have in place or wrong leadership that we have in place. But with all that discussed, we are at a point where I think also I agree that there should be a national dialogue, and I already raised it on my previous video. Now, the interesting turn of events today is that the organizations, a lot of organizations that were part of this and were driving this are now pulling out. They've pulled out today. They've just announced that they are pulling out and they're withdrawing. Why are they withdrawing? Because they feel like the process is being hijacked, in my own terms or in my own interpretation. But basically what they're saying is there needs not to be a rush into going into this. And this is set to start on the 15th of August. I think they feel like we are not ready, which I had already just highlighted on my video, I think 2 weeks back, saying that the country is not ready for this dialogue. We want the dialogue and we want to engage on the dialogue, but the approach in which this is being taken, the eminent persons, the country is not ready, and in one way it's being hijacked, and it's not going to solve put solutions. It's not going to solve our problems. If it's done this way, the quick fix, and people will continue to steal, as an example, and they see an opportunity, and then for the ruling party to campaign through this. I'm very proud of those organizations, and I'll list those organizations that decided, you know what, we are supporting this, we've been part of this, but this is not going according to how we planned it. And for that, we need to pull out. And they are not saying they never want to participate. They're saying we are not ready and we need not to rush. We need not to rush into this dialogue. And I'll just quickly read through one of the articles that we have published this story. So these foundations that are withdrawing, or the organizations that are withdrawing, is Steve Biko Foundation, the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, interestingly, the Chief Albert Luthuli Foundation, the Desmond and Lee Tutu Legacy Foundation, FW de Klerk Foundation, the Oliver and Adelaide Tambo Foundation, and the Strategic Dialogue Group. So they're pulling out. They're pulling out, and so people who are in support of the dialogue, they're pulling out. It simply means, and what the reasons they're stating there is that, so they believe that the principles that are meant to underpin the entire dialogue have been violated. That's their reason in the rush to host a gathering on the 15th of August. It's exactly what I was saying. It's basically exactly what I was saying. To say why, and my argument for me was, we will take shortcuts. We will end up in a direction of these eminent persons or traditional leaders, business leaders, leaders of faith, religious leaders. They will end up deciding on the people or influencing how people will say it. And my own argument is that because there's even an estimated cost of 700 million South African rands, 700 million South African rands. So it tells you we're not ready. There are a lot of costs that will be incurred unnecessarily. We're not ready as a country to spend that kind of money just to talk. So my submission was, we're not technologically ready. That is my submission. We are not technologically ready. And until we know how to run this efficiently with a low cost, as low as possible, then we are not ready. If it means this is not this year, let it be not this year. We are not campaigning here for local government elections that are coming in 2026 next year. And let the ruling party not hijack the mandate of this national dialogue and make it theirs and make it a campaigning model or even a campaigning tool. We're not there. If we are agreeing about solving problems that are facing the country, let us solve those problems honestly with high standard or high level of integrity. And that's what I'm proposing. So that's why I just had to share those breaking news. I mean, the story is very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's discuss it. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for spending time. I thought I should just take my time, lunchtime, and